Hello everyone, I'm back again with the fifth session on architecture, and this time we will continue with the last time's topic, which was movies, visual culture, and architecture. This time I'm going to reveal which one was the last movie or the number one on the top 10 list of movies which have influenced architecture. The movie's name is The Cell. It is directed by Tarsem Singh and it stars Jennifer Lopez. Why I selected this movie to be on the number one in that list is because it has the power and potential to influence many young designers and architects. पहले तो इस मूवी के प्लॉट के बारे में थोड़ा सा समझ लेते हैं. This movie's plot is as interesting as the visual imagery that this movie has. This movie talks about a serial killer and a psychologist which finally finds a way to enter into the mind of that psychopath killer. And when she enters inside that mind, उसके दिमाग में किस तरीके के visuals हैं, किस तरीके का उसका brain के अंदर के landscapes हैं, that is very very beautiful to watch. Very something that you could never imagine that kind of visuals can be shown in a movie. That is something that is amazing. Now this movie deserves a video for itself to be explained. So this video session is going to be totally and solely dedicated to this movie, The Cell. This movie shows various kinds of art movements. This takes inspiration from various artists, and also this movie has the kind of visuals that can inspire any designer or any architect at some point of their time while working on a concept development stage. There are three scenes in particular that I've handpicked in this movie which have the potential to influence a designer or something that can be inspiring for a young designer. Those three scenes are either influenced by a very famous artist or an art movement, or these scenes are original by the movie, by that director or the cinematographer, and something that displays different kind of emotions on that screen. Scene number one. Scene number one that I'm going to talk about is Horse with a Boy. So in his mind he has imagined himself to be two characters. वो अपने आप को एक बचपन के रूप में देखता है और वो अपने आप को एक राजा के रूप में देखता है अपने दिमाग में. तो ये सीन है जब वो अपने बचपन के रूप को देखता है तो अपने सामने एक हॉर्स देखता है और उस हॉर्स के ऊपर there is frame of glass which has very sharp edges, और वो फ्रेम उस हॉर्स के ऊपर गिर जाता है और वो हॉर्स के बहुत सारे पीसेस हो जाते हैं और वो हॉर्स ब्लीड नहीं करता, वो हॉर्स डायसेक्ट होके वो सारे फ्रेम्स दे स्प्लिट वाइडर, वो और चौड़े हो जाते हैं, इतने चौड़े हो जाते हैं दैट एक्ट्रेस जो उसके दिमाग के अंदर घुसी है वो उन वाइड गैप्स के बीच से गुजरती है, उस घोड़े के अंदर के इंटेस्टाइन, स्टमक, लिवर को देख पाती है. Something which is unimaginable is shown in that movie. Now that is inspired by a very famous artist by the name of Damien Hirst. Damien Hirst himself is inspired by death और उसने ऐसे कई एनिमल्स को डायसेक्ट करके डिस्प्ले में अपनी आर्ट एग्जीबिशंस में दिखाया है. ये सीन जितना ब्यूटीफुली डिस्प्ले किया गया है स्क्रीन में उतना ही ज्यादा इंस्पायरिंग है एज आर्ट पीस. दिस शोज द how we are scared of something which is inevitable. Death is inevitable, और उस चीज को out there blatantly loudly दिखाना कि हाँ death is there, this is something that you have to face and there's no need to be afraid of it, and this is beautifully explained in this scene. This is a must watch scene. In fact, the whole movie is a must watch, and I'm sure you must be watching this movie after this video. Next scene that I'm going to discuss is a very strange scene where he imagines his mother. वो बच्चा अपने मदर को देखता है और उसके मदर के 3 रेप्लिका बैठे हुए हैं. And all 3 are looking at the sky with their mouths open. They murmur some things about the boy, which I'm not going to disclose. This is something for you to see in this movie. But ये एक पेंटिंग से इंस्पायर्ड है और वो पेंटिंग सरियलिज्म से इंस्पायर्ड है. सरियलिज्म हमने लास्ट टाइम भी डिस्कस किया था. सरियलिज्म का मतलब है इमेजरी इनसाइड द माइंड ऑफ समबडी. एंड वो उसे हम टेक्निकली ड्रीमस्केप्स भी बोलते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपको एक इंटीरियर्स बनाना है और वहां पर द क्लाइंट हैज दिस नोशन दैट क्रिएट समथिंग व्हिच इज यूनिक फॉर मी, यू कैन टेक इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम ड्रीमस्केप्स. लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने बताया था दैट इसके ओरिजिनल पाइनियर आर्टिस्ट सैल्वाडोर डाली थे, और सैल्वाडोर डाली बहुत ही इलेबोरेटली अपने ड्रीम्स को पेंटिंग्स में उतारते थे, और उसी से कई आर्टिस्ट इंस्पायर्ड हुए और इस आर्ट मूवमेंट को नाम मिला सरियलिज्म. सरियलिज्म इज समथिंग व्हिच elaborately displays the dream images or dreamscapes as we call it. तो उसी में से उन्हीं ग्रुप ऑफ आर्टिस्ट में से एक आर्टिस्ट है ऑड नर्ड्रम. ऑड नर्ड्रम, as the name sounds very odd in itself, the name of this artist and the kind of work that he has created has inspired the scene, which is the whispering of a mother. And in this scene, you will find that there are three ladies, and these three ladies are looking at the sky and they murmur something bad about that boy that later became a psychopath killer. And beautifully shot movie, beautifully shot scene. This is scene number 2. Scene number 3, this is my personal favorite, and this is the entrance of King Starger. The name of the killer that I was talking about is Starger. एंड स्टारगर की जब एंट्रेंस होती है, मैंने बताया था कि वो इस मूवी में अपने आप को दो कैरेक्टर्स में इमेजिन करता है. वो अपने दिमाग में एक छोटा बच्चा है और एक किंग है, जो विच ही कॉल्स किंग स्टारगर. स्टारगर इज द नेम ऑफ द किलर. So when this psychologist meets the Starger, King Starger in the movie, तो वो अपने दिमाग में अपने आप को किस तरीके से इमेजिन करता था, वो बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुली डिस्प्ले किया गया है इस सीन में. किंग स्टारगर की जब एंट्रेंस होती है तो एक बहुत बड़ा पैलेस, अ वेरी वेरी ग्रैंड पैलेस और अ रूम इज शोन व्हिच हैज नथिंग, एंड एवरीथिंग देयर इज ईदर इन गोल्ड शेड्स और rose gold or something very very earthy. And in a very stark contrast to this gold color that you're seeing in the background है उस राजा का cape. The cape of that king is totally around that grand palatial room where he's sitting at the throne. और जब वो चलना शुरू करता है अपनी थ्रोन से स्टेयरकेस से नीचे आता है, तो उसकी जो पूरी केप है दैट इज ऑफ पर्पल कलर. Now you must have understood theory or color theory. There's a particular theme that we follow, that is complementary theme. Complementary theme talks about that on the color wheel, that when you use two opposite colors, they stand out in stark contrast. ये contrast का visual बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से दिखाया गया है in this scene, where you have a purple cape all around this space and the whole backdrop is golden yellow. So golden yellow and purple, they are complementary to each other on color wheel, और ये बहुत ही beautifully दिखाया गया है. The moment the king starts walking down the staircase, ये symbolic है कि somebody who's at high stature is moving down to the prey. यानी प्रे जो साइकोलॉजिस्ट नीचे बैठी हुई है वो उसकी तरफ ऊपर से नीचे आ रहा है. ये सिंबलाइज करता है हाउ पावरफुल दैट पर्सन इज एंड हाउ ही इज looking at that person down while he's walking, how weak that person is. These ideas of power are beautifully displayed in this scene. Also, whenever you have to emphasize power of a person in an office, let's say there's a CEO or there's a chairman person, you can always emphasize this by using the verticality in a space. That means the higher the ceiling of a space will be, the more powerful or pronounced that person will become in that space. For example, if the chairman of an office have a space where there is a high ceiling and there's an employee which enters in that space, automatically your brain will read that this person is very very powerful, and you will behave in a certain way, and that might be an ideology that gets converted into that space. So this is something that you can learn from that scene. Also, when he starts moving to express the grandness, you emphasize grandness with the help of one element. यानी कोई भी एक element लो, for example there's this blank wall, and if I imagine that there are no diyas in this wall, and there's just one red vertical line, strong vertical line of red color, This can also emphasize power. That strong element in this scene is the cape of the king when he starts moving around, and which stands in the contrast to that. That means pink and red, they're not standing in contrast, but probably if this whole wall is, let's say, white, and there's one black line in the center or anywhere on this wall, that can be symbolic of power. Amazingly shot scene. This is movie's original. It's not inspired from any artist, but very, very beautifully shown in this movie. So the cell is something that I've just scratched the surface of this movie. If you see this movie, this movie is bizarre. The way it shows you different kinds of art forms and different kinds of images that you will see in this movie. Everything that you see, you should start observing that has the potential to influence your designs. Because a lot of time people question me in messages. I got a lot of messages from students, and I will be covering this topic later in my sessions also, that how do we develop concepts. While I was teaching in a design school, this is something that was very very complex. ये concept develop कैसे करें. Concept develop करने के लिए आपकी observational skills बहुत strong होनी चाहिए. I'm not saying that you know, limit yourself to movies. Observe everything around you, and especially art movements, sculptures, built forms, built environment. They will continue to inspire you to develop concepts, and there are definitely certain methods and ways that you will imbibe later through these videos, which will tell you how to develop a concept. I'm going to cover this in my next session, by the way, concept development. So I hope this video really helped you in understanding how visual culture inspire you to create a built product. And this was the aim of this video. As I was talking about, that this movie deserved a video of its own, because this movie is something that is not only inspiring in terms of plot, this is very very inspiring in terms of the images that it shows. I only mentioned three scenes. That doesn't mean that it does not have other scenes that have the potential to inspire you. They have many, many scenes like that. For instance, there's a scene where you will find one of its victims. अपने दिमाग में imagine कर रहा है वो कि एक victim है, and she's like a puppet or a doll or a toy. यानी वो अपने victims को toys की तरह देखता था. और वो puppets, you know, she has all those strings and she's played by that psychopath killer, and the way it is shown is beautiful. That is also inspired by an artist by the name of Marilyn Manson. If you will see her art, you will understand how. So similarly, there are various art movements, artists which have inspired this movie, and this movie in turn inspire you to create something new. I hope you really like this one. I also want to mention another movie, although this could not make the list, the top 10 list that I handpicked for you, but that doesn't mean that this movie does not deserve to be mentioned in this video. और वो movie है The Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind. It stars two of my very favorite actors, Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. The movie is extremely amazing in terms of color theme and the combination of colors used in the cinematography of this movie. Amazing plot. It is also a must watch. I hope you really like this video that I have made for you. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and spread these videos. Thank you.